Hello and welcome to Dyslexia and Me, the short series where I talk about my personal experiences with dyslexia. Now today I'm going to be talking about the DSA. So what does the DSA stand for? It stands for Disabled Student Allowances, and it's there to support students with mental health, long-term health issues and specific learning difficulties like dyslexia. There's a few requirements by the DSA for you to be able to claim for any support or benefits from them. They are that you have to be an undergraduate or postgraduate, you have to be approved for student finance through Student Finance England, you have to have a condition that affects your studies and have evidence for them, and you have to be in a course that lasts more than 1 year. In terms of things like proof, they'll want like health documents or letters from your doctors or GP or whoever can sign off that you do have a disability. If it's something like dyslexia, they'll want proof of your last dyslexia test. You can apply for it without having the test. It's just more complicated and they'll want you to have a test before they will give you any support or any benefits from them. Okay, there's a couple of things that you need to understand about the DSA. The DSA is a top-up for your student finance. It's there to help with extra costs that may occur because of your learning difficulty. However, this being said, it's not money that you will physically get. The money doesn't go into your bank account unless it's for travel and there's some other expenses that you may get. However, they try and avoid giving you physical money as much as possible. The idea behind the DSA is that they're trying to provide equipment for you. So they will pass on your information and what your requirements are to contractors. So if you need a laptop or you need certain software or things like that, they will go to a manufacturer who can get you that resource, and then they will obviously feed it back to you. Another thing about the DSA, everything that you get through the DSA, you don't have to pay it back. Like, you're not expected to pay back the cost of equipment or additional time or support that has been provided for yourself. This being said, there are certain aspects where they expect you to pay out to them, such as if you're expecting a laptop from them, they expect you to pay the first £200 of that laptop. They will pay the rest of it. I believe they pay £150 for the laptop and then you pay the beginning 200. So if you want to then upgrade that laptop, you have to do that externally. You can talk to the manufacturer and be like, I want more RAM or more gigs in the laptop. Things that you might also get if you don't go for a laptop is software for a computer or tablet that you already own. You can also get non-medical helpers, meaning like support in class or in lectures or wherever you are, you can get support. To apply, they ask that you print out a form and fill it in to the best of your ability, and have your proof in the back of it and send it off to Student Finance England. Now, I briefly mentioned that you needed to have proof. Basically, it's a requirement from the DSA. They ask you to fill in a form for your application and put your evidence in at the back of it. Now, sometimes obviously you don't have evidence, but you need to give as much as you can, even if that's notes from your past colleges who have said that you have dyslexic traits or something like that. So my experience with the DSA was pretty smooth. I sent off my application, I received an email back saying that my application was approved, and they sent me a letter with the next steps. Now the next steps are basically to go and get a assessment from like a DSA officer kind of person, which again, it sounds a bit intimidating. It's not really. Basically, it's you go and talk to a person for like 2.5 hours, and they talk through either what your disabilities are. Like for me, it was talking about all of my attributes with my dyslexia and the problems I have with it, and what equipment they could provide to help me study better. The DSA officer, the person who I went and spoke to, is on my side and is essentially trying to fight your corner for you to get as much as you can from the DSA. Whereas the DSA are kind of like, does she really need that? Do you really need that? It's, you know, it's money at the end of the day that the government are trying to keep hold of. So the guy who's fighting your corner needs to know the ins and outs of why it's important for you to have maybe like a dictaphone or certain software on your computer or things like that, things that they'd have to pay for. And to be honest, that's where I'm up to with the DSA at this moment in time. If you want to, maybe in a few weeks, I will give you a renewal of how it all planned out, how I actually got the equipment, and how it all impacted me. If you're interested, I may also do a video about dyslexia tests and how they happen. If anyone's interested in knowing that, let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for the next video. Bye bye!